The aliens had assumed their victory over Earth would be swift and complete. After all, they had come with superior technology and overwhelming numbers. Their ships, massive and gleaming with alien power, rained down on Earth's cities, destroying everything in their path. The human forces, already outmatched, had fought bravely but were no match for the invaders. The aliens celebrated their triumph, confident that humanity was on the brink of total annihilation. However, they were about to make a grave mistake. As the alien commanders stood aboard their flagship, watching Earth's cities burn, they began to notice something strange. Their ships, once flawless in their operation, started to malfunction. First, there were small glitches, communications went silent, weapon systems flickered off, and the ship's shields seemed to lose power at unexpected moments. Then it grew worse. Entire fleets of alien warships began to stagger, their systems freezing or shutting down altogether. The alien robots, designed to patrol the Earth and keep control, suddenly malfunctioned, turning on their own creators. Alien officers scrambled to understand what was happening, but they were met with confusion. General Kale, a seasoned commander of the Zalthar Empire, stood at the helm of his warship, watching the chaos unfold. His mind raced with possibilities. What could be causing these disruptions? Surely, humanity was too weak, too primitive to pose such a threat. But then, in the midst of his confusion, Kale's second-in-command, Officer Rika, brought up a shocking discovery. "Sir, we've intercepted human signals, but they aren't like any we've ever seen before," Rika said, her voice tense. "What do you mean, signals?" Kale asked, his eyes narrowing. "They're not just simple radio waves or weak transmissions," Rika continued. "These signals, they're incredibly complex. It's as if someone on Earth is actively hacking into our systems, controlling them. I've never seen anything like it." Kale's mind raced. How could this be? Earth was supposed to be defenseless. The alien empire's technology was far superior. But then the realization struck him like a lightning bolt: humans were fighting back using technology the aliens could not comprehend. "Find the source," Kale ordered sharply. Immediately. As alien officers scrambled to investigate, the truth became clearer. The humans had been preparing something much greater than simple weapons or resistance. They had developed technology that no one, not even the Zalthar Empire, could have predicted. Hidden in the heart of the human army was a brilliant hacker named Alex, who had been working tirelessly to create a devastating weapon, one that didn't rely on brute force, but on pure human ingenuity. The story flashed back to Alex's final moments. He wasn't just a soldier, fighting on the front lines of a war. Alex was a genius, a young man with a mind sharper than any alien technology. As the aliens advanced, Alex knew that their only hope was to use their minds to fight back, to cripple the very machines that made the Zalthar Empire so powerful. So, in the final hours before the aliens found him, he implanted a virus deep within his own body, a biological cyber weapon designed to infiltrate alien systems at the molecular level. The virus, once activated, would send out a signal, a coded message that would spread across the alien fleet, causing technological chaos. Alex's death was not the end, it was the spark that set everything in motion. As Alex died on the battlefield, his body was still a weapon. The virus he had planted in himself began to spread through the alien networks, infecting their ships, their robots, and their communication systems. The entire alien fleet was being sabotaged from within, without a single shot being fired by the humans. And as each ship fell into chaos, it became clear to Kale and his officers that the humans had more than just the will to survive, they had the brilliance to outsmart even the most advanced technologies the aliens possessed. The aliens had made a fatal mistake. They had underestimated humanity. They had thought of humans as nothing more than primitive creatures, struggling to survive. But what the Zalthar Empire didn't understand was that the true strength of humanity lay not just in its technology, but in its intelligence and its determination. The aliens had failed to realize that humanity, when pushed to the edge, could become far more dangerous than they ever imagined. And it wasn't just technology that made humans a threat. It was their willpower, their creativity, and their unrelenting drive to survive. While the aliens relied on sheer force and advanced technology, humans relied on innovation and resourcefulness. They had found ways to adapt, evolve, and fight back against an enemy far stronger than themselves. As Kale watched his fleet unravel, he could no longer deny it. The Zalthar Empire was facing an enemy like no other. The humans had awakened something inside them, a force the aliens had never seen before. A force that, if left unchecked, could destroy everything they had worked for. Now, they were no longer fighting a primitive species, they were fighting an enemy that could match them in intelligence and strategic thinking. Humanity had just begun its revenge, and the aliens would soon regret ever underestimating the human race. As the alien forces continued their investigations, they soon realized that something much larger than just a few glitches was happening. The entire alien invasion force was under attack, and not from another military force, but from human ingenuity. What the aliens had once dismissed as weak, primitive species now seemed like something far more dangerous. Alex's death, the triggering of his virus, had sparked a revolution that no one had seen coming. His sacrifice became a catalyst, inspiring other humans to fight back in ways that the Zalthar Empire couldn't even begin to understand. The alien invaders had believed Earth was already lost, that the destruction of cities, the collapse of human governments, and the overwhelming firepower they brought with them had crushed all hope. But they were wrong. Slowly but surely, across the globe, human resistance movements began to form. What the aliens had thought were just pockets of desperation turned into well-organized factions using guerrilla tactics to strike at the heart of the alien war machine. Entire cities that had fallen to the invaders came back to life, not with a surrender, but with defiance. Across the rubble of once great cities, humans began to rise. Using AI-controlled mechs, cloaking devices, and EMP blasts, they launched surprise attacks against the alien fleet. The mechs, built from scavenged alien technology, were used to fight back with ruthless efficiency, taking down alien war machines that had seemed invincible. The humans even used cloaking technology to infiltrate alien command ships, planting bombs, disabling weapon systems, and stealing critical data. The EMP blasts fried alien equipment, sending their advanced weaponry into total disarray. Alien commanders, who had been certain of their victory, were now faced with a new threat, humans who had turned the tables. What the Zalthar Empire had underestimated was humanity's ability to adapt. Every time the aliens thought they had wiped out a human stronghold, another one would appear, seemingly out of nowhere. Their high-tech ships and robots seemed invincible, yet human resourcefulness outpaced them at every turn. They weren't fighting brute force with brute force, they were using wits, creativity, and a deep well of determination. The guerrilla tactics the humans employed were a nightmare for the alien invaders. They couldn't predict where or when the next strike would come, and their once unbeatable advanced technology was being outmatched by a species they had written off as inferior. The alien generals, once confident in their superiority, began to panic as their fleets were decimated by hit-and-run attacks. The battle had become a war of wits. The aliens, with their superior weapons, couldn't match the guerrilla ingenuity of humans. As the attacks mounted, General Kale began to feel the pressure. He had long dismissed humanity as weak. He had believed that the power of the Zalthar Empire would crush Earth without a problem. But now, he found himself questioning everything. The humans' resilience, their creativity, and their relentless spirit were like nothing he had ever encountered. The Zalthar Empire was powerful, but they weren't prepared for a species that could think on their feet, adapt quickly, and exploit weaknesses in ways the aliens never imagined. Kale stood on the bridge of his flagship, staring out at the chaos unfolding around him. His once immense fleet, a symbol of alien superiority, was now crumbling under the weight of the human sabotage. The very technology that had given them an advantage was now their weakness, and humanity had discovered every way to exploit it. The regret began to set in. He had underestimated humanity. No, they hadn't just underestimated them, they had ignored the very core of what made humans a dangerous force. It wasn't just their technology that was a threat, it was their mind. They could take alien technology and turn it against its creators, adapt it for their own purposes, and innovate in ways the Zalthar Empire had never thought possible. And now, Kale realized the truth: by killing Alex, they hadn't crushed humanity, they had awakened a beast. It wasn't just Alex who had been a threat. His death had inspired a worldwide rebellion, igniting a human spark that could not be extinguished. Across the globe, humans had learned to work together, to combine their unique strengths, and to use the alien technology against them. And with every passing day, the humans were becoming more and more capable. Every alien ship that fell, every city that rose again, was a testament to humanity's ability to fight back. Kale's mind raced as he tried to regroup, but the damage had been done. The humans had proven that their greatest strength was not in their weapons, but in their willpower and determination to survive at any cost. And the alien forces now faced the full force of humanity's ingenuity and resilience. The Zalthar Empire had learned a painful lesson, the kind of mistake they would never forget. Humanity wasn't just fighting for survival. They were fighting to protect their future, and they had just shown the aliens that underestimating humanity was their biggest mistake. The final battle had arrived. In the cold expanse of space, the last remnants of the alien fleet, led by General Kale, gathered for one last desperate attempt to escape the wrath of humanity. The Zalthar Empire, once so powerful and confident, was now crumbling under the weight of its own mistakes. With the human forces closing in, the alien ships attempted to retreat to the farthest corners of the galaxy, hoping to regroup and survive. But they were wrong, humanity was not going to let them escape. In the final hours of the battle, the humans had one advantage the aliens could never have predicted: ingenuity. Using the very technology the aliens had once used to conquer Earth, human engineers had reworked the alien ships, turning their own weapons against them. The human fleet, powered by repurposed alien technology, surged forward in a well-coordinated attack, their ships now faster, more maneuverable, and far more deadly than anything the Zalthar Empire had ever faced. The tables had turned. The final space battle was like nothing the aliens had ever witnessed. The Zalthar ships, once unbeatable in their firepower and speed, were now being picked off one by one. Human warships, cloaked by advanced stealth technology, emerged from the shadows, firing devastating EMP bursts that disabled the alien shields. The alien fleet, once a well-oiled machine, now fell into chaos as the humans systematically disabled their most powerful vessels. Each shot, each maneuver, was a testament to human creativity and resourcefulness. What the aliens thought would be their escape turned into their final downfall. At the heart of the conflict was Alex's legacy. The code Alex had planted in his final moments, the virus he had embedded within his body, had become a key to humanity's survival. The virus had been used to infect alien systems across the fleet, and now, it was being activated in full force. It wasn't just a simple hack, it was a powerful weapon, a digital key to shutting down the entire alien armada. One by one, the alien ships began to lose power, their systems failing as the human code ran through their circuits. Alien commanders, once so confident in their superiority, now watched in horror as their fleets were disabled, their ships falling out of formation, their weapons going silent. General Kale, standing aboard his flagship, stared in disbelief as his once proud fleet was wiped out. The very thing he had once viewed as a weak, defenseless species was now destroying everything he had fought for. Alex's hack had set off a chain reaction, taking down the alien defenses one ship at a time. The Zalthar Empire, so sure of their victory, had underestimated the power of human intelligence and willpower. Realizing that the battle was lost, General Kale made a final attempt to save his people. In a last-ditch effort, he ordered his fleet to send out a message of surrender. He personally contacted the human commanders, hoping to negotiate, to save what remained of his species. "Please, Kale's voice crackled through the communication channels, "We are not your enemies. We misjudged you. There is no need for more bloodshed. We beg for peace." But the humans weren't listening. The war had already been decided. Alex's death, his virus, and the humans' determination had turned the tide. The Zalthar Empire was collapsing, and there was no place for negotiation. Humanity had taken back Earth, and now, they were taking back their future. One by one, alien ships fell silent. The Zalthar Empire had overestimated their power and underestimated humanity's spirit. The final showdown had shown that no matter how technologically advanced an empire may be, it is no match for a species that is willing to fight, adapt, and innovate to survive. As Kale looked out at the wreckage of his fleet, he couldn't help but feel a deep sense of regret. He had thought that humanity was weak, that they were nothing more than pests to be crushed. But now, with his empire in ruins and his species on the brink of extinction, he realized the painful truth: humans were the most dangerous force in the galaxy. They had not only survived, they had thrived. With his forces scattered and defeated, Kale finally understood the cost of his arrogance. The war was over, but the lessons would remain. Humanity had proven that they were not just survivors. They were warriors, builders, and creators, capable of defeating any enemy, even one as powerful as the Zalthar Empire. The battle in space had been won, but the true victory was not in the destruction of alien ships, but in the triumph of human ingenuity over alien arrogance. The legacy of Alex, the soldier who had turned the tide with his final sacrifice, would live on, a reminder that humanity's greatest weapon was not just their technology, but their unbreakable will.